Hey everybody, we are looking at the T-Mobile or Tethered retrofit in this case. As you see, here's Carter removing the phones and then the vertical wireless sensor wall stand, also known as a DCD305B. He's removing the gray magnetic faceplate, which literally just reach in, pull off, snaps right off. He's getting the DBG400, also known as the magnetic lockdown tool, from the store, and removing those DCD306Bs, which are the wireless wall stand adapter. That's that sensor at the end of that. And that is exposing to us now the tethered cable, the tethered cord that's in that pod. There's Carter trying to get it out with his fingers. It's pretty easy once you get into it. If you have fingernails, it helps a little bit, but they are very easily accessible when you pull them out. Then you put the face plate back up because we don't need to access that anymore because we're not using that lockdown tool anymore. There you go. There you got the cord pulled out. Here he is removing the sensors from the old phones. These are the wireless sensors. We don't suggest this is how you do this. The best way to do this is with a small plastic putty knife. You just put it in one corner and pop it. Carter's done this a bunch. He knows what he's doing, but you want to work that free. That is a strong adhesive. It's on there. Then he's using one of the alcohol wipes that they give in the kit and essentially cleaning the back of it to give us the best adherence we could get from the new sensors we're putting on. So let's see, he's again cleaning out another phone, and we are going to move into the DBH298B and the DBD200. Those are the two parts we're going to need for this application to get this tethered. He's reached in the bag. There's his bracket, which is the DBH298B. Again, that B just stands for black. And then the DBD200 is the pressure sensor that goes with it. They're always in those red packets. So there's an Allen key provided. We are going to loosen those screws. Do not remove those screws all the way because they do get lost easily. So here he is just loosening those so he can get the arms of the bracket out. Wait on him to get these loosened up. Again, we thought we would do shorter videos for you guys instead of one long one. This way you can just reference it. This is the bracket tethering for a tethered. This can be a new store as well. We could do new stores, but in this case, it's a retrofit, which is why we're removing the other one. So if this was not a new store, not a retrofit, and it was a new store, you would simply be starting from scratch, and we'll go through those wall box pod installations. So here he is putting that sensor onto the back of the phone. He is centering it with the numbers and letters on the back of it and that yellow sensor button. He is centering that with the numbers and letters vertically. Then he's going to start putting the arms back in to lock this phone down. Now, this is a Google phone, so it is only going to get 3 arms, 2 sides, and a bottom. Most standard phones will receive all 4 brackets, and there are some situations where we have some flip phones or some thicker phones that don't fit these brackets at all. It's an entire different application, which we will have a video on that as well. In this case, we're looking at a Google phone. He is putting the 2 arms on the side, now the bottom. And then again, since this is a Google phone, he's going to lock these down, and we will not have a top arm for this bracket. Again, we want to tighten these tightly, but not over tighten them. We don't want to strip something out. Just make it secure. You don't have to use all your brute force to make it happen. So he's tightening these down right now. Now he's working towards the DBD200, which again is the pressure sensor, has that little yellow piece on it. He is now grabbing, he's grabbing his power dongle for this now. So each phone has a different power port, as everybody knows. So in this case, we are working with a Google phone, so I believe it is a Type C. As everybody knows, the Apples are this, that, and the other. So here he has his DBD200 out now. He is going to adhere this. He's going to, put this on top of that other sensor, and he's working for the screws there. Sorry about this. When you're doing voiceover, not everything goes as smoothly as you want to. So here's his power adapter. He's putting the power dongle into it. He's plugging it in and he's locking it in. So you make sure you have the correct end in that DBD200. He's showing you there. It's got a little lip on it. Now he's placing it over top of the tethered bracket and putting the screws in. And again, we're going to use a tool provided from the store. It's a yellowed handle InView T20 bit. This is actually our screwdrivers we use. We buy them ourselves in case the store has lost theirs. You can buy this exact screw kit off of Amazon for like 35 bucks. Good to have handy. There's the store provided yellow one, and the T20 bit is the security hex bit, or excuse me, security star bit. So he's tightened those down, and now we are pretty much done. We've got it powered correctly. He's showing you here, type C, throwing it in there. Now we are going to go back to the wall. And this is where it becomes tethered. This is probably the easiest part of this process. So you're going to check your planogram, make sure you have this phone going in the correct spot. And you are going to reach in there and pull out the tethered cord, just as so. All you do here is push it in the back of the DBD200. It just kind of snaps in like that. And then we are going to get a beep. It is now powered, and it is now tethered, and is now secure. We're going to also make sure we clean our fingerprints off these phones, make sure they look very nice. Here is a standard phone with the 4 arms on it. That looks like an iPhone, so it's going to have a lightning cable. And what he's showing you on the back here is this ADH2142, that beige colored plastic piece. It's a piece that goes on the back of the phone because that 3M adhesive does not like to stick to apples, so we use that. So here we are with another example. This looks like a Samsung Galaxy, and I think what we're going to do here is just show you what it looks like to do all 4 arms. So again, Carter, he's just loosening them. Just another example of how this is done. Again, he has cleaned the back of this phone off. He has cleaned everything up, make sure the phone looks nice. He's peeling the adhesive ring. Again, lining it up with the numbers and letters vertically to the bottom as such. Center it, push it. When you push it in like this, that yellow button on the other side is getting pressed in by the phone, and it's activating the sensor. So in case somebody does try to rip it off the wall, we are secured. Gonna fast forward through this just a little bit. Again, this one's gonna get the 4th now. He's just making sure he's got the right side. He does. Gonna put the top bracket on. Now you see what one looks like with all 4. Very simple process, guys. And again, very repetitive. Just remember, once you've done one, you know how to do basically the rest of them. The only thing that changes are the charging ports and the amount of arms we put in. So this tethering is a little bit daunting when you look at it from just the paperwork. But once you actually get your hands on this, it's pretty simple. Again, very repetitive process. If you have your helper with you as well, that is just makes it so much easier, makes your time more efficient. Finding the correct dongle. It's a type C. Getting his DBD 200. Again, those are always going to be in red plastic bags. They make those easy to find. Again, showing how we plug it in. Make sure you have that little loop hooked up under there. That's what actually secures that charger in place. Now he's getting the screws to lock the DBD 200 down. Again, that's an InView supplied T20 security screwdriver. Every store has one, they have to. They only give us one per store. That's can be an issue. That's why we bring our own. So here he is again, just showing how we secured this last one here. There's the click. And if we had live audio, you'd hear the beep. You can see that phone is charging by the charging symbol up in the top right-hand corner. That's very important. We double check, make sure. The other important thing is make sure these are nice and centered. That's what he's doing right now. He just wants to make sure we have nice verticality on these phones, that they're all uniform, they're all up and down, they're not cockeyed. So that's pretty much it. Hey guys, thanks for your time. Don't hesitate to call us with any questions.